Sunshine Cathedral responds to hate attack. How do you respond to vicious hate? Well, if you're Sunshine Cathedral, you respond with love. They held Sunday services for the first time since learning about the placement of signs which were meant to threaten and frighten LGBTQ congregants that were posted on church property. Well, the threats didn't work. In this week's SFGN, online and on stands tomorrow, I go inside the services and talk with the resilient people who make the place work. Executive Minister, Reverend Dr. Robert Griffin, told me there was never any question that they would do church on Sunday. One congregant I spoke with said Sunshine is his family, and abandoning the church in fear would be like abandoning his family. Ultimately, the message was, love wins. As for the investigation, no arrests have been made, but police are investigating. They have the signs, a threatening email that was sent to the church, and surveillance videos. The staff has reviewed security protocols and emergency procedures. Also, the leaders of more than 40 organizations that use the church, including Happening Out Television, are aware and are on the lookout for any suspicious activity. But the mission continues. As Senior Minister, Reverend Dr. Darrell Watkins said at the start of service, quote, "We live in a time of increased bigotry, which is why Sunshine Cathedral must remain committed to a message of justice, love, and compassionate community living." And you can learn more about this developing situation in SFGN on stands and online tomorrow. I came to church for the first time in forever. I think the last time I attended anything remotely close to a service was when I saw the Pope in St. Peter's in Vatican Square. And the feelings of love and the feeling of, we're not going to let this bother us. You know, if you're going to hate, you're going to hate. We're going to carry on. And the fact is, people could be outside waiting to pick people off with a gun. There's an open field with a couple trees across the street from our parking lot. But people won't live in fear here. And that really inspired me because, I mean, and not to toot our own horns for what we do here, but coming here, or going to any place, the Manor, Alibi, wherever, these days is an act of courage. And I applaud the people at Sunshine, Al, you, and our great staff, Steve, David, Darren, everybody who makes this place run, because it's not like it used to be. It's worse.
It is worse. You know, interesting to me, very good story. I'm looking forward to reading the whole story in South Florida Gay News. On stands tomorrow.
Thank you.
Yes, right.
My tongue.
Yeah, right.
Fine.
One of the things that's is really at the heart of the story is you cannot have political leadership, evangelical leadership, zealots, and really criminals like Proud Boys attack drag story times in libraries and books and scream groomer over and over again and call you Antifa and say you're trying to sexualize your children at our house and it be led from people like governors of very powerful states and not see the tangible consequences of what happens at Sunshine. Sunshine is a result of those things. Mm-hmm. Let's make no question about it. It's the exact same connection on guns. Our gun deaths, our attacks in our schools, Uvalde, is because leaders in Texas decided not to ban assault rifles. And gun makers did that, and politicians did that, and they are responsible. Yes, somebody pulled the trigger, but somebody gave the opportunity for the trigger to be pulled. And this attack on Sunshine Cathedral, the person wrote the ridiculousness of the craze of these posters, and they posted them. Yes, that person pulled the trigger of the sign we're looking at, but somebody else put the crayon or the marker or the poster board in his or her hand. They are the ones ultimately responsible. And until we make that connection, it's going to get worse. It's going to continue to get worse, in my opinion.
And those 40 plus organizations, they're not just LGBTQ plus organizations, that they're organizations of every background, gender, color, race, whatever, you know, that serves this community. Actually, years ago, before It's Happening Out studio was here, I was working for Florida Grand Opera, and we actually produced a children's opera on this stage, this very stage that we did it for a season for the community. And it was a huge hit, you know, and at that time, it wasn't an issue that we were producing, you know, God forbid, you know, it got out that we were doing a kids' opera at a gay church. You know, that wasn't the headline.
LGBTQ plus news is vital for our community and for the broader world as a whole. We have enough enemies at Fox News. Tucker, Sean, and Laura are loud. We need passionate allies. Happening Out Television Network, Queer News Tonight, and It's Happening Out are literally out of the closet and into the headlines. Our community needs your support. Like this broadcast and subscribe now to ensure the growth of the entire LGBTQ plus community.